At number 10, it is Narcos Mexico, which tells the story of Felix Gallardo, who rises from a small town sheriff to eventually becoming the undisputed head of Mexico's drug trade by uniting all of the various feuding drug cartels under his own banner. And Narcos Mexico has some brilliant acting by the entire cast, with all secondary and primary characters bringing their A game to the show. There are some minor hiccups where some unimportant characters and events take up much more screen time than they should have, but that doesn't stop Narcos Mexico from being one of the best Netflix original series that you can watch right now. At number 9, we have Rise of Empires Ottoman, a docuseries which shows in great detail the siege and fall of Constantinople by Mehmed the Conqueror. And this siege results in Emperor Mehmed dealing with a number of obstacles and struggles to get past the impregnable defenses of Constantinople. So if you enjoy the more military and warlike elements of historical TV shows, then Rise of Empires Ottoman is a great recommendation for you. At number 8, it is My Country, A New Age, a South Korean historical drama which takes place at the tail end of the Goryeo dynasty and the beginning of the Joseon dynasty, depicting a storyline focused around a set of 3 friends from different walks of life, all of whom have to make great sacrifices to protect their country and the ones they love. My Country, A New Age is definitely one of the most underrated historical TV shows on Netflix that you can watch. At number 7, it is Narcos, the Netflix original series which depicts the rise and fall of Pablo Escobar. And this is an amazing TV show which has an engaging storyline, some brilliant acting by the entire cast, and non-stop plot twists and thrills which will keep you glued to your seat. I actually don't have much to critique about this show at all, except that I didn't find the 3rd season to be as engaging as the first 2. But this doesn't stop Narcos from being one of the best TV shows ever created in any genre ever, and if you haven't seen Narcos yet, I highly recommend you watch it as soon as possible. At number 6, it is the new Netflix original TV show Last Samurai Standing, and it is easily one of the best TV shows that got released in 2025. And if anyone wants an action-filled samurai drama, then you will love The Last Samurai Standing. This historical series depicts an epic fight for survival amongst 292 fighters, with the winner of this deadly battle royale getting 100,000 yen. This series is great. It has some amazing and high impact battle sequences, a gripping and engaging storyline, and some brilliant acting, especially by lead actor Junichi Okada. Honestly, my only critique of Last Samurai Standing is that I just wish there were more episodes. So if you haven't seen this brilliant samurai TV show yet, be sure to check it out on Netflix right now. The 5th spot on this list goes to arguably one of the most popular historical shows ever created, Vikings. And this series follows the rise of Ragnar Lothbrok from a lowly farmer to a king and an eventual legendary figure in Viking history. Vikings is largely recognized as one of the best historical shows ever created, and that is due in large part to the amazing cast and storylines of the first few seasons, which saw the exploration of new lands and kingdoms by Vikings and the start of religious tensions between Christians and pagans. However, though, the last 2 seasons of this show are not nearly as good as the initial 3, which does hinder the quality of the show overall. But if you haven't seen Vikings yet, then you're definitely missing out on one of the best historical TV shows ever created. At number 4, we have Black Sails, a TV show based around pirates at Providence Island, and the series is a prequel to the popular novel Treasure Island. This show has a cast of fascinating and morally grey characters, making Captain Flint and his crew an amazing set of characters to watch and see develop. And Black Sails does a great job of displaying how difficult it is to establish power within a city such as Nassau, a pirate haven in which only the strong, ambitious and powerful can rule. And I have to say, Black Sails is a series that I enjoyed far more than I ever could have expected to, and if you haven't seen it yet, then I highly recommend that you add it to your watch list right now. And number 3 is Peaky Blinders, a historical TV show set in England shortly after the end of World War I, and it uses the fictional Peaky Blinders gang to show the discontent in England during this time period and how this gangster family slowly grows in power and influence in Birmingham. This show has amazing acting, especially by lead Cillian Murphy, who plays the role of Tommy Shelby, the leader of the Peaky Blinders. And honestly, the storyline here is amazing, and it really does a great job of exploring the cultural, socio-economic conditions of England during this time. The show does start off a little bit slow, but if you give it a few episodes, you will find a show here that is brutal, smart, and filled with engageable great characters who will grip you from beginning to end. The second spot on this list goes to Spartacus, an action-filled historical TV series about a gladiator named Spartacus and his rise from a lowly slave to one of the most feared enemies of the Roman Republic. Spartacus takes everything that fans love about historical TV shows and puts it into overdrive, as there's only 10 episodes per season, meaning there is little to no filler. The character development for Spartacus is great, and his rise from slave to rebel leader is believable and interesting to follow. However, some people might not like the over-choreographed nature of the show and some of the historical liberties taken within the series as well. But if you're looking for a TV show that is truly engaging and entertaining, then Spartacus is my recommendation for you. And the top spot on this list goes to The Last Kingdom, a historical drama which follows a central character named Uhtred, a born Saxon but raised Dane, making him a useful tool to be used by leaders and kings for both cultures for their political and personal ambitions. And this series does a great job of portraying the impact of religious tensions between pagan Vikings and Christians in England, leading to many battles and conflicts. The Last Kingdom has amazing secondary and primary characters, a fantastic plot with minimal filler, and a tight-knit story and amazing battle scenes as well. Some of the latter seasons of The Last Kingdom aren't as great as the initial 3, but if you're looking to revisit Viking culture and their assimilation into Christian England, then The Last Kingdom is my recommendation for you, and in my opinion the best TV show that you can watch on Netflix today. So let me know in the comments down below if there are any other great historical TV shows on Netflix that I may have missed out on. And as always, if you want to stay up to date with everything to do with historical movies and historical TV shows, then subscribe to my channel History Spark, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.